Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one we'll be doing our review for the 5th episode of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. This one is called Become. Alright dudes, so finally going to go ahead and get this review done. My apologies for not getting it done on the weekend like I usually do. Wanted to get it done on Sunday, but was just freaking so tired from, back to work now, regular, like 41, 42 hours a week, and then taking care of the baby, taking care of Tristan just puts me in a state where I don't really know I'm in a trance half the time. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. He hasn't been sleeping that well lately. I think Friday, Saturday woke me up like 7 times. Maybe growing pains or something. I don't know. Like every hour he'd wake me up again to get up and, walk him around and stuff. So anyway, long story short, was not able to get the review done on Sunday. My apologies. Next week, probably the same. Probably get the finale episode review done. Mid next week, next week at some point or something like that. We'll see. Probably not this Sunday, so just a heads up for that. So this episode is called Become. Spoilers for the review if you guys haven't seen it yet. This is, spoilers, Jadis's final episode for The Walking Dead. She's been in The Walking Dead for a long time, and Jadis, since I think season 7 was their introduction. For the garbage people, as Negan calls them, which is fun. So she's been in the series a long time. Also to add to that, not only was she from season 7, up until later, leaves with Rick, but then she was also in World Beyond for, the 2 seasons they did of that, or at least she comes in. What does she come in? Late season 1 or season 2, something like that. Although, I don't care enough to go back and watch that again or check that again. But she was great. I think she was a great, character for The Walking Dead. She was a great addition. She was not a comic book, character. She was an add-in that, was used for partly with Helicopter Boy, with Rick to do that thing. And also in All Out War with the Garbage Group as well, too, which was cool. I thought she was a great addition to The Walking Dead. World Beyond also, season 2 in particular, she's actually really good in World Beyond as a villain. And we see her again as a good villain in The Ones Who Live. So far, I'd have to say she's kind of the standout villain for the first season. Still no renewal for a season 2 for The Ones Who Live. We'll have to see what happens, in episode 6 and how they kind of finish things off. Based on how things are going, though, based on the pacing, even though it is really fast pacing for The Ones Who Live, it doesn't feel like you're going to see, at the end of the episode, them return to Alexandria/Commonwealth and find their kids and have those final scenes. So, because we only have 1 episode left, what I'm saying is, it doesn't feel like the ending of a series, for next episode, or it doesn't feel like the ending for The Walking Dead, with an amalgamation of all these characters coming back in and meeting Rick and Michonne later on, the kids and Judith and RJ and everything. It doesn't feel like we're going to see that in the finale. It looks like we're going to see them return back to the CRM, control the information so that the rest of the CRM doesn't know what Jadis has left behind there, which would turn them towards Alexandria, which they don't even know right now is basically, destroyed, or is kind of part of the Commonwealth, sort of. So, could we see like CRM versus Commonwealth later on? It really depends what they want to do with Walking Dead, right? It really depends if this one's popular enough for them to do either a season 2 for The Ones Who Live, or for a different series to be on. If this is an event series, maybe just a 1-season love story between Rick and Michonne. They have a lot of freedom with what they, with what they can do with Walking Dead now. Maybe they just kind of do different series when they want to. This one is sort of a love story between Rick and Michonne, and that's kind of with Jadis in there as well too, and CRM and other new characters. Gabriel in this one too, we get to see him kind of return, but it's sort of like a flashback sequence for Jadis, so it's not present time in The Walking Dead like at the Commonwealth and everything like that later on. This is a flashback of him meeting with her that we were unaware of prior, that he get to see her and stuff like that, and that she is battling with the idea of maybe killing him and, controlling that information based on what he knows and everything, or just loose ends, or whatever, however you want to interpret that. So this episode right here, I thought this was a pretty good episode. I enjoyed it. You get to see like Wyoming, different locations and stuff. It looked pretty cool. Almost looks a little bit like Last of Us, where we get to see some of the forestry in remote areas in The Last of Us that we got to see last year for its first season. It reminded me a little bit of that. It looks good. It's, again, Rick and Michonne focused, which I think at this point, after 5 episodes, I'm starting to miss the other characters working with them. This is the problem with the spin-off series. I think that they all have this. Although I think Daryl's in particular is kind of like, all the new characters they've added on for Daryl are really good, and I find them quite engaging. I think he's got a really good cast to work around him. This one, with just based on what the CRM is and how they do everything, very focused on Rishon, very focused on the two of them, which is not a bad thing necessarily, but it's got some weird vibes about it where it's sort of like, okay, this is a focused love story. It's sort of, we used to call these bottled off episodes, where the episodes would focus just on, two characters like Rishon. They had some episodes in the original Walking Dead series. I'm thinking like Clear, where you had Morgan in there too, and Carl. I'm thinking some of the later episodes in season 7, when they were out looking for supplies and stuff for Alexandria and Negan. There was the episode where they went off together, and I think it was just mostly the two of them in the episode. That's kind of what this reminded me of, or felt like a lot. But you do get to see the final confrontation with Jadis. They don't really waste any time. You see that final confrontation. Jadis is killed. Rick finishes her off, shoots her in the head to finish her off. And we get to see kind of a tragic, sort of sad, but also confused, mixed feelings ending for Jadis. Because on one hand, it's kind of sad to see, what's happened with her. But on the other hand, she definitely deserves the fate that she is given in this one. And so, it's just kind of the way it goes with Walking Dead, that they kind of have to do it like this. You can't really have like, you can't really slow that pacing down and have multi-season characters like Jada staying on for much longer. I think this was the right decision for The Ones Who Live, to have her be like a season 1 villain. And in episode 5, the second last episode, she has that confrontation. Just you get that pacing up to where it's like, this is what it is. This is the the final part for her, and you're not going to you're not going to slow down that pacing to where you're going to try to use her again in season 2 or 3, or have some redemption arc or something like that. It just makes a lot of sense to have her time finish off now. Pick up that pacing. We only have 6 episodes to work with, so you kind of have to do that. Although it'd be cool for a season 2, like Shane type thing, where you have a switch and villain and stuff. You could do other things like that if you really wanted to with her. You could have done more, but it's like you don't have time because you only have the 6 episode order, so you only have so much to work with. You might as well bring Gabriel back and do that stuff for her here and have that be it. And then we'll see for episode 6 the way they leave things off, and whether or not this could lead into a second season, which has not been confirmed yet. Maybe we'll see if that is what they're going to do. But even if they do a second season, it's probably going to be over a year out before we see that. Because so far as I know, I don't think they've started filming for season 2, which is different than the Daryl Dixon spinoff series. They did film a season 2, or they're working on that. Dead City, they're working on a season 2. We don't know for The Ones Who Live if that's going to be renewed, if it's just a one-shot deal, if it's an event series, what the plan is down the road for The Ones Who Live. So we'll see probably after episode 6 ends what that looks like, and why they haven't really confirmed that, or denied it yet, or whatever. In terms of score for the episode, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I did enjoy it. I thought it was really good, especially for Jadis. You got the drawing of Carl on the phone and all that. It's cool to think about Carl anytime you can. Rick, kind of coming around to the idea of having a junior, of, RJ, which is really awesome too. I like that he breaks off the one for M for Michonne. And you get, a proposal in this one. yeah, I kind of felt like they were already sort of, anyway, whatever. I mean, it's fine and everything. I'm just, you already have a kid together and stuff. You're together anyway, so whatever. Romance stuff, girl stuff, fine, whatever. So that's fine. Rick and Michonne are two of the best, Walking Dead characters ever. They're the best Walking Dead couple ever. Maybe Daryl and Carol. They're not romantically involved, but they're going to have their own spinoff. Negan and Maggie, also not romantically involved. But as a duo, male and female duo, Rick and Michonne got to be number one, I think, as a couple. Walking Dead it couple, right? So it's great stuff. Enjoyed it very much. And, going to be looking forward to seeing this final episode and just see how things finish off for it and kind of what the plan is going forward for the characters and how much more they want to do. It'd be great if AMC could kind of give us some idea of what we're looking at for the future for Rick, Michonne. Like what are they going to do an event series to finish things off at some point? Are we going to see sort of a happy ending for them or something? It'd be great, but I guess it depends a lot on how the different series perform and what it costs for budgets and what it looks like for them to do it. So leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys thought about this one. The final episode for Jada. She was a great Walking Dead addition, a great character, a mix of villain to saving Rick to straight up villain in the CRM afterwards. So, but a great character, a layered character, and a very strong a female character. So that's it for the review, guys, for Become. We'll see you back in about a week or two for episode 6 for the finale episode. Let's see how things finish off. Leave your predictions below. Love to hear from you guys. See what you think about this, and kind of weird feels for Walking Dead because it feels like a 16 episode season episode in this one, sorta. But then you have the character death of Jada, so you kind of know it's not because it sort of feels like a episode 15 or episode 16 finale or something. But at the same time, you just don't know, what you're looking at past this. So you kind of don't know. Like for me, I don't know how emotionally invested I want to be, and how how much kind of attention I want to sort of give to it, not knowing if you're going to see more of this type of show or does it change, and do we see that Walking Dead crossover series where they start to set things up to bring everybody back together or something and do a finale season with everyone in it again or something. Predictions below, comments below. That's it for this review, guys. I'll see you again soon. For now, there's always this Trev saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.